If you sew things that need long tubes that you have to turn right side out, you are going to want to watch this video and make sure you know how to use turning tubes. You no longer want to use a safety pin to turn this right side out like I was taught when I was growing up. You want to grab some turning tubes. There are several manufacturers of these turning tubes. I have these cute purple ones from Dritz, and they come in 3 different sizes. And each tube has 2 parts. So it has the tube, that's the purple part, is angled on the ends and is hollow in the center. And then it has something to push with that can fit into that hole. So the 2 larger sizes have a little wooden dowel rod, and this really skinny one has a metal bar because the wood would probably break if it was that small. Let us look at the old school way to do this. So if you're going to use a safety pin method, you can't have your tube sewn shut on the other end. Otherwise, you're going to get your safety pin in there, never to be seen again, or to become a part of your project. Not really ideal. So you would have the other end not sewn, and you would just do this, and you would just keep pulling and pushing, and it's kind of hard on your fingers if you had a lot of this to do and had to do it, and it takes a little bit of time. Okay, so that's old school, not the way we want to go. So let's look at these turning tubes. So on these tubes, it shows you the size. So this larger size is for 1/2 inch to 1 inch and larger fabric tubes. So this is the size we are going to use to turn this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tube and I'm going to put it in the open end. For these, you do have to have one end sewed closed and the other end not sewn closed. So I'm going to take that and I drop it in there. And I'm just going to push it up and slide it until it's at the bottom, okay? So open end, purple tube. Next, we're going to take the stick and you're going to use the pointed side first, and you're going to gently push that into the tube. So you're taking the stick and you're pushing the fabric into the tube. Okay, see how that works? Now, you're going to pull the tube down until you can see the right side popping out. So we have that entire tube there, the stick, and the tube sticking out there. Now, you want to hold on to the stick because you want it to stay there. You don't want that to fall back out. And you're just going to take this is my favorite part because it's so fast. And you're just going to pull that fabric. And look at that. We are turning it right side out so quickly. We can take this off now. Now, the reason I told you to put the slightly pointed side in first is because we're now going to use that and very gently, we're going to push those corners out. So it's going to give us a nice end to whatever it is we're making. If you don't need it sewn shut, you don't have to worry about this part. You can just cut that off. You just have to have it sewn in order to use this turning method. So I have that nice. Now I can just let that stick come out. So now this is turned right side out. And all you need to do is take it to your ironing board and iron it flat. Now, this is the part that I don't know that anyone has made super fast yet, because you are just going to need to kind of roll it between your fingers and make sure you get this seam on the edge. Turning tubes are one of those tools that I would never go without any longer. They save so much time when you're doing projects that require long strips of fabric sewn into a tube. They're relatively inexpensive. You can usually use coupons. They sell them at Joann Fabric, other sewing places. Just, watch for a deal. But I think even full price, they're about $9 to $10. So it's not going to break your bank and it's going to save you a ton of time. And time-saving tools are my favorite. Let me know if you have tried this before, if you're going to go try it, and if you have a trick for how to make the ironing part faster, please, please, please tell me in the comments because I would love to know.